remind you, there are instances when students, they understand degrees of comparison, but sometimes they find it difficult to interchange the degrees of comparison. So what is the problem now? The problem is you have to understand a basic first. What is the basic? Degrees of comparison, beta, are derived from adjectives. That adjectives are to be changed. Just like when you change active and passive voice, the verbs are the most important. Okay? In degrees of comparison, adjectives are most important. When you change a degree of comparison, what you are doing is actually you are changing the adjectives from one degree to the other. A sentence can be written in three different types, three different forms as far as degrees of comparison. For example, if I say Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. As soon as I say this sentence, you will understand, you will recollect that there is no peak in the world which is higher than Mount Everest. Same sentence in a different form, meaning will not change. What you have changed is you have changed the adjective, and that adjective is known as the degree of comparison. The sentence which I told you first is Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. The highest peak. This is superlative degree. Superlative. I can change the same sentence, transform it and change it into comparative degree without changing the meaning. The comparative form of this particular sentence will be Mount Everest is higher than any other peak in the world. Mount Everest is higher than. Now this is what the change is. The highest is changed to higher than any other. THAN. Yaad rakho, THAN, than. Higher than any other. So when you write Mount Everest is higher than any other peak in the world, you are not changing the meaning, you are only changing the degree. You are not changing the meaning at all. Okay? Same sentence I can write in positive degree. Positive degree. You can write no other peak in the world is as high as Mount Everest. No other. You're beginning with no other peak in the world is as high as Mount Everest. This becomes positively. Positively. So I have changed the sentence. I have written a sentence in 3 degrees of comparison. 3 degrees. The first degree is superlative, which is Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. The highest, yaad rakho. Second beta is Mount Everest is higher than any other peak in the world. Higher than any other. Third degree, no other peak in the world is as high as Mount Everest. This is type 1, in which you are comparing one with everyone. You are comparing one person, one thing, one country, whatever, with everyone. And that is type 1, the simplest form. I'm going to give you another example now. But before that, I want you to write this sentence. The sentence was, Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. And into bracket write superlative degree. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, superlative degree. Mount Everest is higher than any other peak in the world, higher than any other. It's comparatively. No other peak in the world is as high as Mount Everest. No other peak in the world is as high as Mount Everest. This is type 1. Very easy, right? I hope you have written the sentence now. Okay? Go through it for a couple of seconds. We'll join back. Let us take another sentence of the same kind, type 1. If I say The whale. The whale is the largest animal. The whale is the largest animal. As soon as I say the whale is the largest animal, you will easily understand this is superlative degree. The largest. Any word, any adjective ending with st is superlative. So this is type 1 comparison of the whale with every other animal in the kingdom. Hence this is superlative. How can I change into comparative degree, beta? I can change this into comparative degree without changing the meaning. When I write the whale is larger than any other animal. The whale is larger than any other animal. This becomes comparative degree. What will be the positive degree? You have to begin with no other. No other animal is as large as the whale. No other animal is as large as the whale. So these are sentences of type 1. They will be of the same kind. One is compared with everyone, and it's very easy to change these sentences from superlative to comparative to positive and vice versa. Here is a slide of some sentences of type 1, the easiest one, and you have to write answers, and you'll write those answers in the comment box. In the next video, we are going to upload the answers to these questions, as well as we'll go to type 2 and type 3. Thank you. Keep watching. This channel is for you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.